I think I'm gonna cry.
What the f is he doing? What is he actually doing, chat? I just waiting for one of the tears to just drop down from his cheeks. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Whatever you say is absolutely correct. Subscribe! Yep, Smack back again with the top 10 characters that fell off in Honkai Star Rail. As of this time of recording, Smack has already made a second video, top 10 characters that aged like wine in Honkai Star Rail. Bro's editor didn't put the full stop at the end. I'm very, very disappointed. Also, somehow, man decided to yet for 42 whole ass minutes. So it's definitely gonna be a separate video. We'll first talk about the top 10 characters that fell off in Honkai Starbucks, and then we'll do a separate video on the top 10 characters that aged like wine in Honkai Starbucks, right? So, yep, let's go.
And we have a wonderful video in prep for you today. Chat's gonna be joining in on this bad boy as well. Because it's
Kuro bought Watering Waves. Sev is better. Yo, Gacha Smack's chat is crazy.
a bit dry in the gacha space, at least for me personally, in terms of content to making stuff, I started getting a little creative, and I thought, you know what? How about we make a video where we are going to
war. And people are not going to be happy, you know? Absolutely, we're going to
discuss this together and try and see if our top 10 tier list kind of lines up, kind of doesn't. We're going to do a top 10 characters that fell off in Honkai Star Rail up to date. So what I want you to do is pause this video and get together your top 10 numerical. Who's your number one all the way down?
Let's do it right now. All right, top 10 characters that fell off. So I'm assuming rank 1 is bro fell off hard. Bro is struggling. So this is something like this, okay? All right, let's see. Fall off hard. They have to be first coming from a very high place. It's like if you fall down from the second story to the first floor, you are chilling, all right? Compared to if you fall from the 30th story to the 10th floor, you're probably dead, right? So it has to come out from a very high place. It's come from a very high place. That would be my definition of falling off, right? So, right, boom, done. Right, so these are the 10 characters that quote-unquote fell off, and we're now going to be ranking them from... This is struggling, not really fell off by that much, and this is yikes. This is big yikes, right? The first unit, or rather, the bro is starting to struggle. I would say, okay, right. All these units, they are taken at E0 investments. Yeah, they are all taken at E0 investments. Honestly, she's barely there because her substitute came out. I feel like this is defined as, would you spend money for this one copy of a unit? That's basically it. I feel that because of the free E6 Hunt March 7th, Fart team can be a farm team. And you wouldn't really feel the impact that much. That's my... I don't think Topaz fell off, but it's more like March 7th is rising. You get what I'm saying? She didn't fall off, but it's like the competition is rising. So from that standpoint, at this day and age, my definition of if there is a substitute, in this case, like an excellent example, right? Gallagher and Dingsha. If you have a substitute that can basically do your job and you don't really need that upgrade, I wouldn't consider spending strategies for it. And we have a free E6 Hunt March 7th, and she does her job very, very well, assuming that you have Adventuring Topaz, Adventuring Robin, and Fei Xiao, right? So by that definition, I feel that her value is probably not as high as before Hunt March 7th, just purely based on opportunity cost, and her competition is a literal free unit, a free E6 unit. That's why I would say Topaz is still there, but she's still very, very strong. She's still very, very strong. She has very, very high follow-up attack frequency, and Fart team as a whole, the whole Robin Fei Xiao archetype as a whole, is just an extremely, extremely strong archetype. So, and if you want to talk about this regard, right? If you want to talk about this regard, you could also make the same thing for Gallagher or Lingsha, right? It's like if you have someone that's a substitute, you don't really need to spend strategies that much to get them, unless you're willing to go above and beyond. So if you get an E1 Topaz, that's another additional 50% crit damage. And if you get an S1, that's another additional crit damage. So like, it really depends on how much further you want, because the highest peak for a Hunt March 7th is at E6, whereas you're comparing to like an E0 Topaz. But if you keep investing that Topaz, E1, whatever, then it will be quite obvious that her utility starts to ramp up a little bit. For me personally, even though I have a E2 S1 Topaz, I legitimately cannot feel the difference between an E2 S1 Topaz and a March 7th. Because they're both doing like pretty much exactly. It's not like I'm clearing in like negative cycles. So that is my opinion of this, right? Okay, done. Rank 9. Put Lingsha on the list alongside Topaz. Then this will change the. It's falling off, guys. Lingsha just came out, so she can't fall off, right? It will change the criteria. Then this will be like a top 10 units that are worthy of your pools, right? So, rank 9, probably Scylla. Enemies can only get tankier and tankier. Her core fundamental mechanic is the same, in a sense where as long as you proc Resurgence, you get extra turn, and she as a whole is a very, very good unit. But there's like a peak where no matter how much more damage you can deal right now, eventually you'll get to a point where you either invest in more idolants or you just can't one-shot things anymore. Or you run sustainers, all that kind of stuff, right? So I feel that because of this resurgence mechanic, she'll have a higher shelf life compared to units like, let's just say, Imbibitor and Jingliu. Because these, okay, we'll talk about them a little bit later. But I think resurgence as a whole is a very, very good mechanic. And if she can somehow trigger it, she just gives her more, especially at Ezio. We're not talking about E2 today, we're not talking about E1 Jingliu. Just this, I would say that she is not as strong as, because back then you can very, very easily proc Scylla's resurgence, right? Scylla back then was very good, and she has been good for a very long time, but it's starting to show where all of the endgame content enemies, they are getting beefier. So there's only a certain point where you can invest in your crit rate gears. You get what I'm saying? Your crit gears can only reach this point, and it can't improve any further. Either you get like E2 Sparkle, E1 Robin, or whatever to make sure she can still proc her resurgence, or she can't proc resurgence and she just falls off. And eventually that day is gonna come, right? 1 year later, I'm pretty sure the mobs in Memory of Chaos, they are gonna be even tankier. And unless you vertically invest in Scylla's team, or you get more hyper carry supports that can make her do even more damage, then it just hinges on whether she can or cannot proc the resurgence. So yeah, that is gonna be my take on Scylla. Rank 8. Chat, you guys know that the lower your rating here is, the better you are, right? That means you fell off less. The higher it is, the more you fell off. Just making sure that you guys know, right? Just making sure you guys know. Rank 8. Actually, wait, I want to make an adjustment. You go up here, Sparkle, you come down here, and then Ratio, you come down here. Boom. Small fix. I think I will be okay with this. Yep. Okay, Sparkle is gonna be rank 9. Scylla is gonna be rank 8. Ratio is gonna be rank 7. Between Ratio and... Because I was thinking, where do I put Ratio, right? And I feel that Ratio and Scylla, they're kind of close in that gap. Initially, I was thinking of this. The reason why I was thinking of this is because, I mean, I don't know what Sunday's gonna do, but we can kind of guess he's gonna be a hyper carry support, right? And as of this point, this day and age, hyper carry supports are just not as valuable compared to Robin and Ranmei, right? It's always about opportunity cost. That's why I felt that Sparkle's value compared to back then is a lot lower, because back then it was all hyper carries. It was all hyper carry Jingliu, hyper carry Dale, all the hyper they were all using Sparkle, right? But nowadays it definitely changed. So she definitely fell off in that sense. But comparing this to Ratio and Scylla's gap, I think this will be a it looks like a better representation. I think Scylla and Ratio, they're kind of similar in that sense. Scylla, the mention, I felt that she, as long as she can trigger Resurgence is good, but when the day comes where she can't trigger Resurgence anymore, then it's gonna be a big problem. For Ratio specifically, the reason why he fell off is not really, it's kind of the same reason as Topaz. The competition is rising up. Fei Xiao just completely out damages him and out synergizes him in the follow-up team comp. You can still use Ratio to do ridiculous, because Ratio has been proven to work even with 4-star supports like TV Impala, right? You can literally make him do a ridiculous amount of damage even without running a traditional Fort team comp. But because of how crazy good Fei Xiao is, she really ties together the entire synergy of a follow-up team. And for Ratio specifically, his kit is very selfish, right? His kit is more like his self buffs. He has his self crit rate buff, the self deep. He doesn't really benefit as much to the entire team compared to Hanmarch 7th, Topaz, Hanmarch 7th, or even Mozit, right? So he's a more selfish DPS, and comparing a selfish DPS to another selfish DPS, I think Fei Xiao just does the job way, way, way better. So bro definitely has less value nowadays. That being said, he is literally a free unit, right? So if you guys have invested in Ratio back then, I think there's not too much of a loss here. Hopefully you guys didn't pull for Ratio. So yeah, I think that's gonna be fine. Okay, rank 6. We are going to our top 5 that fell off. Nah, you guys not saying Jingliu. That's crazy. Jingliu fell off way harder than just rank 6. I feel like, okay, because the term falling off is defined as both your peak to your current. You get what I'm saying? So if the gap is not as much, then you didn't fall off that much. So for example, if your unit's peak wasn't that high last time, like if your peak was only here, and you fall off to here, you technically fell off less compared to if your peak was here, and you fell off here. So by that definition, yeah, I'm thinking either Argenti or Blade. I like one of these two because they both didn't really peak that much. You get what I'm saying? You know what? I'll give it to Blade. No, actually no, I'll give it to Argenti because Argenti technically still does a quite a good job, decent job at pure friction. Then compared to, let's just say, he still has like a niche, but his performance in Memory of Chaos or even in Apocalypse Shadows has been not too good. Because back then, Argenti, he had this very distinct phase in Memory of Chaos where he performed exceptionally well because they tailored a Memory of Chaos specifically for Argenti. 5 mobs at the start, final boss summons the ads, 4 additional ads. So he absolutely destroyed shit all over the Memory of Chaos. Nowadays, I have not seen a stage where you get that 5 targets. Technically, you could say it's Aventurine, right? Technically, Aventurine is not too bad for Argenti, right? I think the start of waves was 4 units, right? 2 big boys and 2 more. So it's 4 units into our Aventurine himself. But even then, his performance was still not that good. Because unless he actually summoned the Dices at the last phase, Argenti just gains like no energy. Ever since his absolute peak in that Memory of Chaos, he definitely hasn't been performing up to par compared to a lot of our other units. So, yep, Argenti. Then I guess this will leave us with Blade. These two are kind of similar. I think Blade also didn't fall off by a very high, super high amount because he never really peaked that much anyways. When Blade was first released, I think people already kind of expected Blade to not be the end-all be-all of DPS. People didn't really expect Blade to be like, oh my god, he's gonna deal like a Bladillion damage. He was more like this Darius. He was like a Darius, he was like an Aatrox built on self-sustain and like a bruiser mechanic to kind of beat up the stages in Memory of Chaos back then, right? Because back then we didn't have Pure Vision or Polar Shadows. Nowadays, Blade's performance, I feel that Blade was actually not too bad against Hule because he attacked quite frequently, which gains us quite a bit of charge. And even in to a certain extent, I think this pure friction was also not too bad for Blade, especially if they have win weakness. I still see Blade dealing quite a decent chunk of damage. It's just that compared to last time where we didn't really have a lot of options, there's been a Blade was just really not the damage department was not that high for Blade. We got introduced to Sparkle, which I guess was like supposed to be a Blade support, but it turns out it's really not that synergistic because Blade doesn't really give a shit about all the skill points, right? He doesn't really care about the +1 skill points Sparkle can provide once every 3 turns. We really want this. Jade coming out with Blade made them a very nice combo for pure friction specifically, but we're still waiting for a support that can like really bring him to the next level. If there's another support that can bring us the action value advance, you know, if there's another support that can give us some kind of buff that's like damage percentage, making sure the buff lasts more. Because one of the problems with Bronya plus Blade is that Bronya's buff only lasts 1 turn. Then the problem with Sparkle plus Blade was that Sparkle was only 50% action value advance. So for the longest time, one of Blade's best in sort team comp was literally Bronya Sparkle. And then if you run Sustainer, it's Bronya Sparkle run me. And then when the whole Gacha Smack hoo-ha with the whole fucking thing, I'm not gonna go there again. But that was literally Blade's one of Blade's best in team comp. In the future, hopefully we get a support that can literally get both the action value advance and the buff duration can cover for both turns so they can account for the follow-up. Then I think Blade can see a resurgence again. Alright, so okay, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think the remaining candidates, Silver Wolf, Happy Meal, Dale, and Jingliu, they both fell off quite a bit because their peaks were quite high. Alright, Silver Wolf was like, you know, weakness implant, this changes everything. DOT, oh my god, insane damage. Imbued highest multiplayer in the entire game, crazy skill points. Jingliu, 50% crit. So that they all had very good highs. But the one that fell off the least compared to all 4, or rather there's a chance to save them, will probably be DOT. Alright, there's a chance that Happy Meal can still be saved again. It's not hopeless, or rather not as hopeless compared to the rest, because all we really need is like a good DOT crit. We just need Cassante. We need a fucking C2 Cassante. As the moment we get C2 Cassante, they'll shoot all the way, like boom, they go up. Bro is rising, right? This one, bro is rising. Then DOT can go back. We just need a C2 Cassante to make DOT great again, which kind of brings us back down to the top 3. And I'm just gonna do top 3 simultaneously. Alright, top 3. Done. Imbibitor Lune and Jingliu, I would say that Jingliu fell off more than Imbibitor Lune because Imbibitor Lune back then, there were a lot of people having issues with him, right? Especially at E0, like, oh my god, this skill point is so uncomfortable. And then we had Hanya, and then we had Sparkle. So a lot of people were like, he's a decent DPS, but he has a lot more feedback compared to Jingliu, which was like the end all be all of all DPS. Like holy fuck, 50% crit rate, 3 billion damage. Ting Yun, Bronya, Huan, fucking slap on infinite ultimate. She was doing God's work. And then Aircron came out, and then it was just never quite the same again. Which finally brings us to the rank 1 fall of Silver Wolf. On my life, I have never seen a character fall off this hard. And it's like, if there was a gap, right? If there was a gap, it will be something like this. This is the gap, right? If I had to include a gap, it is something like this. I just cannot imagine a scenario where I would recommend anyone pull for Silver Wolf nowadays. For Boot Hill, Firefly, Acheron, Fei Xiao, and now Rappa. Fucking 5 DPS units. They have came out with the ability to ignore the toughness bar typing. Granted, Acheron and Rappa, they don't have the weakness implant by themselves. It's just the ignore. But Boot Hill, okay, actually Fei Xiao can do off element very easily, right? Fei Xiao is sorry. Yeah, Fei Xiao, Boot Hill, Firefly, it's as if you're playing without weakness. What the fuck is weakness? You know, you legit, either you just implant the weakness or you just brute force your way through and just fucking kill everything. Nobody cares about this weakness implant anymore, or at least not as much as it used to back then. There was a brief period where Silver Wolf peaked a little bit. That was the introduction of the dinosaur phase. I'm not sure, do you guys remember? There was this Memory of Chaos. They introduced the first time ever the dinosaur, where you had to break the toughness bar or you just dealt 0 damage. That rotation was very, very good for Silver Wolf. It was single target, you implant quantum weakness, and with Silver Wolf dealt a very, very good amount of toughness bar damage to it. So that was very nice, right? Ever since that, it has not been looking too good for Silver Wolf. Not to mention, at E0, unless you get hit, it's a 4-turn ultimate. And it was impossible for you to get a turn 1 ultimate if you don't have the tutorial icon, right? Luckily for us, we can get the tutorial icon in the future, right? We can get a tutorial icon in the future because, you know, last time, now we can get it, right? So it definitely saved, or rather improved this by quite a bit. But at this point, it's like single target defense now in a scenario where we have the choir, we have like Fei Xiao Bubbin just like absolutely demolishing the enemy target, even without the defense down, just through pure brute force alone with the frequency of a lot of attacks. It's just like, it's rough, man, right? And then we have Pella, AoE defense down. So if MiHoYo continues to release more and more DPS units that can just like implant their own winners for fun, I think the only role Silver Wolf will be delegated to is probably something like a Silver Wolf plus a sustainless Silver Wolf, Sparkle, support, and either Scylla or Qingque. Scylla, Qingque, or maybe E1 Jade. You could do a Goofy R, Quantum Implant, 0 Cycle Comp. I think that would be pretty good. I think Hule would be pretty good for Silver, right? The thing is, he's so fucking fast, so unless you kill him fast enough, your team is dead. Your team is just dead, right? So that could work. But yeah, from where Silver Wolf used to be back in the days, like legitimately when Silver was first launched, myself included by the way, everyone and their mom was like, oh my god, this weakness implant will change everything. And it did. It did change, it improved a lot of players' beginning experience because of this weakness implant. It was revolutionary back then. It was like when iPhone first launched, it was crazy. Nowadays, when you fucking see shit like Fei Xiao, Bubbin, the fall off is massive, guys. The fall off is really quite massive, right? So that's me personally. Alright, this is gonna be my list of the top 10 characters that fell off. Let's fucking go.
Down to 10 and then resume the video. The way we're gonna do this is I'm gonna go to number 10 and I'm gonna put my character there, and then chat's gonna show me who they got by typing them down. And then we're gonna do that so on and so forth all the way down to number 1. I'm super pumped about this. I think it's gonna be hilarious. It's probably gonna cause a little friction, but what is the gacha space if it doesn't have a little friction? Boring as fuck. Let's go ahead and
so bro just wants to start war for fun, and there it is.
Get into it. My number 10 character that fell off, and when it says number 10, I want y'all to understand this. Number 10 is like not necessarily a fall off. It means they kind of like slid down the mountain, or they're—
Yep. Exactly why I put Topaz there. And if Lingsha was there, I would put Lingsha there. But the thing is, Lingsha is like you can choose to not pull her right now, right? Topaz, I feel like a little bit because, you know, Han March 7th being a thing, Han March 7th being a thing.
Still a really good unit, but they definitely went down in value. My number 10 character is going to be, chat, go ahead and post yours, bump it up, Sparkle. My
Pretty similar.
number 10 character barely makes the fall
Topaz over Luocha because Luocha was never a thing.
off cut. For me personally, chat, it's gonna be Sparkle. She's still a really, really good unit. I don't want you guys to take this as I think she's trash. She's not good. Bro fell off. But when it comes to like who you're using on these teams, every time she's in the shadow of both Robin and Ron May. So if she's always getting chose second,
Okay, respectfully, let me just speed this up a little bit.
instead of first, when at one point she was getting chose first on her teams, I think that's safe to say that she's went down in value. And if you went down in value, you've quite literally fallen off a little bit. Now, if you speed tune her with the good old Pokke build, 175 speed, you can get her to go 3 times. But even if she makes certain characters go 3 times, she's still not performing on the level of a Ranmei or a Robin. So for that matter, my pick was personally number 10, Sparkle. I'm curious to see what chat's talking about. Hey, chat, I'm about to scroll up and read real quick just to see what y'all put. Okay, y'all put number 10, DHIL. Nailed it. Okay, Sparkle. Okay, so y'all chose something.
Dale fell off way hard in Sparkle, so that's kind of fun.
Y'all chose the same thing. Silverwolf, Lorcha, damn.
Who the fuck is putting Silverwolf at rank 10? Yuck. Okay, you know what? Hey, at this point, if we keep pausing every 5 seconds, this video is going to be 2 hours long. Right, we haven't even got to the 40-minute video yet.
My number 9 is going to be DHIL. It's going to be DHIL. If we change our mind down the road, we'll come back to it. I think it's Imbiber Lune. Imbiber Lune, at one point, y'all got to keep in mind, chat. At one point, Imbiber Lune was quite literally Acheron and Firefly. He was literally him. Bro was absolutely him. Like,
Which is why he fell off quite a bit more than just rank 9.
Just in a league of his own, right? 2 patches later, Jing Liu comes out and she's better than him. Immediately. Bro immediately started his decline the minute Jing Liu came out. So, and then it only kind of just...
Okay, that's kind of debatable, I think. Like, for example, if you're still up against like a imaginary weak stage, I would still run Dale. Like E0 to E0, I think I would still run Dale. Like, Jing Liu can't really brute force content. Nobody could really brute force content like as easily as Aircron. So if you still have the elemental advantage, which is like, what, 40% imagine, I would definitely still run E0 Dale over... No, E0 Dale is shit. Check my DMs. Oh my god, Sarah, stop sending me this random ass false information. Oh my god,
just
stop lying.
Got worse from there. Now, if you picked up a E2 DHIL, he's still meta, bro. Still T0, right? He's still a T0 unit. But E0 DHIL, bro, immediately started to decline. So I personally think my number 9 is going to be DHIL. Now, you want to know what's funny? I'm going to read chat here in a bit. Chat, number 8 is going to be boom, Jing Liu.
I think Jing Liu fell off. Okay, both Jing Liu and Dale, I think they fell off way harder than just rank 8. I'm really curious to see what's his like top 5. I think they fell off quite a bit.
I feel like these two should be right next to each other.
Yep.
They
fair.
both started a descent kind of in the same fashion, kind of in the same scaling. They really did. Yep. They just both kind of just said, me. You know what I mean? It was rock solid at first, bro. Then that bad boy just, shit. All right, so what did y'all put, chat? Okay, so I think a lot of people are kind of agreeing with me. Jing Liu fall off hard. I feel like a lot of people are kind of agreeing with me.
Fell off hard, quite hard.
Number 7, the fall off is going to be Luocha.
Okay, before we even begin, like I mentioned just now, I didn't include Luocha in my list because I don't think he fell from a very high place anyways. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like, oh my god, Luocha changes and then suddenly, like, I think he has always been that very good, reliable clan sustain that can keep your team alive. And even till this day, if let's just say you choose to just not pull for a single limited sustain, you only run Lynx and Natasha. And if you pull Luocha right now over Lynx and Natasha, he's still going to be able to sustain quite comfortably, you know? So I'm not really comparing him to premium 5 stars or premium 5 stars because the sustains, they all kind of do the same thing, right? Okay, with Lynx, I do more damage, when I have the energy, Fusion and Crit eventually with the Bast. But at the end of the day, for a sustain, I feel like if they can do their job sustaining your team, I think it's really not that bad.
Yeah, it's going to be Luocha. Listen, guys, remember when we thought Lorcha's cleanse and his auto heal was God's greatest gift to Earth? You remember when we thought Lorcha's cleanse and his auto heal and his positive skill point funneling was God's greatest gift to Earth?
The reason why this was the greatest gift to Earth is because people were comparing Luocha to 4-star units. You're comparing Luocha to fucking Natasha, guys. If you compare Luocha to Natasha in 1.0, and if you compare Luocha to Natasha in version 3.0, it is still the same comparison. It is still a direct upgrade over these 4 stars. But just that if you were to compare all these to the different 5 stars and all that, then you will start to see the differences, you know? But if you let's just say you fucking hate Hue, you hate Bust, you hate Lingsha, you just wanted to get a sustain and get a job done, Luocha can still do it for you. Is my
No way bro's getting power crept. He can funnel skill points. He can keep your team alive. He can cleanse them. He does it. He even does a little bit of damage. Oh my God, bro. Bro's fall off needs to be handled with a little bit of care. You know what I mean?
Would you recommend? Okay, that's an excellent question. Okay, let's just say you started playing Honkai Starbucks on Sunday's banner, right? Sundays is an imaginary harmony support. Let's just say the rerun with Sunday is with Luocha. At this point, technically speaking, if you want to speed run and get to as high of an endgame as you want, the problem with endgame is not that much you're not doing enough damage. You're dying. I could be out of touch, but I feel that new players, the reason why new players can't clear endgame is because you just can't fucking sustain. You just keep dying, which is the problem I had in Genshin Impact. So if let's just say you can't sustain with your Natasha and your eyes March 7th, Luocha will make endgame feel a lot more convenient for you compared to, let's just say you put for Sunday and your Sunday is buffing your 4-star win Dunheng. You get my point here? So yeah.
7 pick was right here. YouTube, literally, if you want.
By the way, I could be wrong though. I don't really know what is the new player experience in Honkai Starbucks. If you feel that damage is more of a problem, or rather, if damage is really more of a problem, then I'm mistaken. Then Sunday will have more value. But if sustain is more of a problem, then I would think that sustain does more for you as a new player. So yeah.
What? You could just start commenting your whole top 10. I would love to see everyone's whole top 10s. Fushuan, chat, I'll be honest. I think people fell off harder than Fushuan. Now, did Fushuan fall off? Yes.
Nah, Fushuan is fine, guys. I think Fushuan is still very, very good as a sustain.
But here's the thing about a top 10, right? I don't disagree that Fushuan fell off. I'm the one who said that myself, right? But there can only be so many people put into a top 10. So like, did Fushuan fall off harder than Sparkle? You know what? I think that's fair. I think we can make an exception here and start. You know what? Let's transform the.
What the fuck? Now we're just, okay, a top 10 with 3 top 10s. Okay, you know what? Wait, I take it back. I did the same thing. I did the exact same. I did a Happy Meal, right? Okay, you know what? I'll allow this, right? Blood wants a Happy Meal. He'll have a Happy Meal, right? Happy
Video.
Meal.
I think we can make an exception here and do this. I think this is fair.
That's a big Happy Meal though. A fucking American Happy Meal with three Big Macs.
Like this 10 spot, it can hold a couple of people. It really could. I feel like these 3 could all be in the same fucking like that barely make the fall off list. You know what I mean? Okay, so
I still think Fushuan is really, really good. Like, I would actually recommend players to pull for Fushuan if you're having problems sustaining, because she really sustains very, very well. Like, if you're a new player, I would dead as legit recommend Fushuan for the pull. Not to mention the free 12% crit rate is very, very nice.
6 is going to be boom, Silverwolf.
Nah, she fell way harder. She fell so much harder, but okay.
Silverwolf has been on an insane decline. Silverwolf has been on an absolutely insane decline, chat. I'm telling you, she just has. I don't know if y'all agree or disagree.
Cryptocurrencies.
The only team she's being utilized on
like
right
NFTs.
now is pretty much Acheron.
Imagine buying the silver coin. Holy shit, you'll be bankrupt.
Even Dr. Ratio is benching her for Topaz, okay? And that's supposed to be a team she should be on.
Absolutely.
The IPC comp. She just is. So
yeah.
Silverwolf has just been on a decline. Nobody's really using her. The mono quantum shit is one of the most gassed, overhyped concepts in this game that I've ever heard of. Nobody fucking uses mono quantum. She's just
Hey, put some respect to Mono Quantum's name, alright? Hey, it's not that bad. Wait, we have literally there are clears with Mono Quantum, no? Mono Quantum with Hule. It's still doable, no? Do a 0 cycle of Mono Quantum. Watch Yango's 0 cycle, Qingque. I mean, if you want to compare Team Com to Team Com, nobody really come close to Follow Up and Super Break, right? They're definitely worse team comps, but it is still fine, guys. You can still clear the game, right? As a wise man once said, right? It is a whole game. If you want to play competitive shit, go play League of Legends, right?
she's just benched, man. And if you don't have her E1, she's just shit. I think Silverwolf could debatably be up higher. If I'm being honest, I think she could. I think she could debatably
absolutely.
be up
She can definitely be higher, but yeah,
even higher.
Absolutely.
Monocope, yeah, I think chat's gonna be a really entertaining piece added to this video. I really do. Okay, but the only reason I'm not gonna read all y'all's comments is because I feel like if I keep reading them, this video is gonna be an hour long. Okay,
and I'll make it 1.5 hours long.
Moving on, I am glancing over though and kind of looking at what y'all are saying. To number 5, the next character who's been falling off hard, our general.
Nope, because he was never up in the first place, buddy boy. All right, chat, let me take a piss real quick.
Our general, chat, listen here, man. Chat, listen here, bro. Let me tell you something. Our general has received more indirect buffs than everyone.
And he still didn't fall because he was never up.
Else in the entire fucking game. And bro remains mid. his middle name is Jing Midjuan. Until he gets this summon support system, you know, until like comes out, whoever the support is that whoa, that's supposed to be fucking advancing Lightning Lord forward. Bro is General Midjuan, okay, guys? That's why he's number 5, because he's precisely in the fucking middle, chat. That shit was calculated.
Okay, that's pretty funny though. Bro is at rank 5 because it's mid. You know what? I'll give it to him. It's pretty funny.
Okay? Bro, it's so mid, it's insane. Oh my fucking god, dude. Oh shit. That shit is so funny. You cannot put him anywhere else. Bro is mid. All right. He's still usable. People still use him to clear content. Some people still do 600, 700,000 fucking Lightning Lord damage with him, but he's mid, chat. Okay. He just is. The amount of fucking investment you have to have in this guy is insane. You can't lie about it. You know it's the truth. And he still underperforms, you know? All right. So moving on now. Ooh. We're getting into the top 4. The color has changed from an orange. Yes, things are getting quite interesting. Number 4, fall off. That means, okay, so chat, before we go any further, these top 4, in my mind, are the people who have fallen off the absolute fucking hardest. Like these motherfuckers fall offs actually need to be studied. This is where shit starts getting juicy. Okay, so number 4 for me is going to be Sela. You know what? Ooh. I would actually put Sela in 5, but General is so mid that I don't want her to take his 5th spot. I don't want her to take his 5th spot. But here's what I will say. I think Jing Yuan could be in 4 and Sela could be in 5. I just explained that while I'm not doing that. But here's what I will say. Sela is the very first character to ever come out. And the only people who live and die by a Sela is a Sela main. And let's not forget, fellas, the #1 cringiest main in all of Honkai Star Rail for the longest fucking time until they finally like grew up and understood that life has more meaning than a fucking quantum girl.
It's Firefly main. I guarantee you it's Firefly main, alright? Let's calm the fuck down. I'm not sure if you guys have seen this post. Save Firefly's throne. Hey, Firefly lovers, she needs our help. If you haven't done it before, go to Firefly's social media and put likes on her drip post. Sunday fans are trying to dethrone her as the most liked drip of Honkai Star Rail. Here are the links for X drip posts and NJP. Feel free to share the other social. So like, yeah, find me someone worse than it.
Sela mains were so fucking unbearable in the beginning of the game. They just were. So, and they still probably live and die by the character, but the character has been power crept 17 different ways. The only people who defend her are people who have the most absurd fucking substats on the girl. But I think...
Okay, wait. I want to bring an interesting point. If she can accomplish something absurd with very good substats, I feel that should give her some, or rather more value compared to a unit that even with the absurd substats cannot achieve what she's achieving. You get what I'm saying? Like, if her peak allows her to transcend humanity and fucking zero cycle and do like infinite crazy bajillion damage, I feel like she still has the potential. But if another unit with the exact same substats might not be able to achieve what she's trying to achieve, you know? So, yeah.
Sela is literally like... She's getting outperformed by every single character out here unless you have the most like crazy investment in her. I mean, like if you this is what I will say. Here's the
correction, not crazy investment, Sela. My bad, guys. I'm sorry. This was my mistake. But with a small price of E2 Sparkle and E1 Bubbin, you can also absolutely demolish the enemies.
Caveat. If your Sela has an insane amount of investment, right? Then you could actually put this bitch down here, right? You really could. I think you could put her down here. I think it's literally...
I think, chat, you guys don't realize it's not really the crit rate and the crit ratio that makes or break the Sela. It's genuinely she is an Eidolon warrior. She is straight up an Eidolon warrior. If your supports are vertically invested, okay, not to an E6 degree, but she stands to receive the most number of buffs if your supports are vertically invested, all right? So let's just say you have a E2 Sparkle. E2 Sparkle pairing out with Sela, technically you will do way more than E2 Sparkle pairing out with like an E0 Jingyuan. Because as long as she hits certain thresholds, she gained this whole ass extra turn, which no one else in Honkai Star Rail can do. And because of this, there will always be a very high ceiling, not for your relics, man. I don't give a fuck if you have a perfect 40 crit value gear on every single one of your Scylla's. If your entire 6 piece on Scylla has 40 crit value, it will still perform worse if you had an E0 Sparkle and they had an E2 Sparkle, right? She's an Eidolon warrior, chat, right? So yeah.
Debatable that she sits right here next to DHIL. But the thing is, nobody is fucking sitting there grinding the goddamn quantum set that has defense next to it as the alternative if you don't get a quantum piece anymore. Nobody's doing this shit. So nobody's gonna overinvest in a fucking Scylla. Plus,
oh, by the way, the brand new Scholar set, pretty good for Scylla, by the way. Scholar set is pretty decent for Scylla, but yeah.
More people are just better than her. That's just pretty much bottom line. She is so replaceable, it's insane. She can be replaced 17 different ways. So, just like Jing Yuan, I feel like they should go right next to each other.
You know what? Yo, chat, I'm gonna make a fucking whole separate video. We're gonna make a separate video about Scylla. I think when people say Scylla needs investment, they are misunderstanding the investment she needs. It's not your relic investment, it's your supports. But we'll talk about it another time. We'll talk about it.
Jing Yuan, at the bare minimum, he's fucking getting some summon shit, which means bro could debatably stay where he is just because we know what's getting ready to come up next. Holy leakers! All right, now we've made it to the top 3. Oh man. Number 3 of the most fall off possible in Honkai Star Rail. Who do you think is gonna be, chat? I wanna see what y'all are gonna do. We got Blades, we got Kafkas, we got Argentines. Okay, all right, here's what we're gonna do, man. Number 3 is going to be, you guessed it, boys, it's going to be fucking Kafka, guys. I mean, come on, man.
Nah, I feel like it's a happy meal, guys. I feel like it's a happy meal. Because Black Swan ain't all that as well. Right?
Oh no, Kafka has to be in the top 3. Y'all know she has to be in the top. Bro. The amount of hopes, dreams, blood, sweat, and tears that have been placed in this woman, and to watch her just fall from fucking grace patch after patch, get a little bit of a redemption with Black Swan, just only for a brief moment, just to get fucking slapped back down again. Then you got a fucking Fire Nihility reveal that doesn't even dedicate themselves to a path and play style that hasn't got any fucking.
Okay, editor, crop out this. What the fuck? Okay, yo, crop out everything. Oh, he meant Jiao Qiu? Oh shit, my bad. Oh, I thought he meant. Oh yeah, Jiao Qiu. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Jiao Qiu. Ah, yeah.
In the game, Dot is the definition of mid right now. And for all the paths, the most mid fucking path is Dot. Can it clear? Yes, it can. But it's so unbelievably mid. And Kafka herself is just so fucking ass. It's unreal. I think Kafka is worthy of the top 3, chat. Do y'all disagree? I'm curious. I actually want to read chat on this one. I feel like until they get their dedicated support, it's top 3, man. They just keep ignoring it. Now, number 2, for the most part.
Sarah, why are you having war with Gacha Smack's mod? Can you just learn to shut the actual fuck up for 5 seconds? Sarah, I really am not that invested. You are trying to convince the wrong guy. Save your breath. Save your brief, LL.
Part agrees. Okay. Now, number 2. And this one was really difficult for me, chat. I'll be honest. This one was insanely difficult for me because both of them, their fall offs are impeccable, bro. Both of them, it's like, holy fuck. I don't know which one of you motherfuckers that's gonna take the number 1 spot, but you're definitely both gonna be in top.
So it's either Blade or Argenti, because he literally just said Blade or Argenti. I think he might put Blade rank 1.
Top 1 and top 2. I think the number 1 spot.
Because he was a chat. You know what? Okay, not really what started Gacha Smack, but what blew up Gacha Smack's channel way back in the days was when he had this little dispute with our very friendly neighborhood Guoba certified about quad HP Blade. So I think Blade has a special place in Gacha Smack's heart. Just like how I have a special place with QQ, right? Fucking 10 skill point. What the fuck me?
Okay, you know what? The number 1 spot is not going to be Argenti. It's going to be number 2, Argenti. Okay,
so rank 1 is Blade. All right.
Let me tell y'all something. I said this before. Argenti is the smartest character on this tier list. Do you want to know why, chat? Bro was so fucking smart. He said, I can't fall off if I never was at the top. You can't say I fell off if I never climbed the mountain, bro. Okay.
Exactly why he shouldn't be ranked 2, because he didn't fall off that much. He was not that high to begin with. Right?
Okay, listen, brother. Started from the bottom, still here.
Sarah dying right now. Sarah is crying right now, punching the air.
Oh my god, dude. Oh fuck, bro is, hey chat, that's not our Genty, bro. That's their Genty, bro. That's not our Genty, that's their Genty. Listen, let me cook, bro. Let me cook. This is the problem with our Genty, chat. Argenti, okay? First of all, let's give a little context. Let's go back to full screen. I'll never forget when Argenti came out, you had content creators in the community showing off his 1 million damage. Bro was like the first character to do 1 million damage, right? But these motherfuckers was failing to mention that his 1 million damage was erudition. You know what I mean? It's not like he was doing that shit to one target. Bro was doing 1 million damage to 5 different fucking characters, which kind of like inflated the numbers a bit. But I'll never...
Okay, he did do like a tremendous amount, even if the target was not that high, because it can condense into a single one. Granted, if you had 5 targets to start with, that first hit cleaves all 5, but the individual remaining 6 hits is all to a single. So his damage was honestly really, really good. The problem was just there was not a single Memory of Chaos stage ever again, which featured 5 mobs first half, 5 mobs second half, or rather wave 1, wave 2. So it is what it is, right? Not it's a pure vision bot.
Ever forget how hard people were like gassing this dude to be like a MOC specialist? Like he was just that guy. And bro,
yeah, if you didn't have that 5 units, it took very, very long for you to get your ultimates in due time. You could make use of Tingyu and Huan Huan, which basically brings about the next problem, which is if you use Tingyu and Huan Huan, then you're missing out more damage on the table. Like you couldn't make use of, I mean, technically you can run Babin with Argenti, but why do that when you have Fei Xiao, you know? But why do that when you have like all these like, other units? Super. So like, it is what it is.
I mean, bro, here's the important context. Argenti came out.
Okay, I'm so sorry for interrupting, but wait, we can make Argenti great again if there was a unit that can recover percentage max energy like Huan Huan. Because Huan Huan is percentage 20% max energy, right? If there was a support that could recover like 70% or 80% or 100% of your max, because we have 100% action value advance, if there was a unit that can recover 100% max, we are making Argenti great with that one. When a unit comes out, it's gonna
be later than Kafka, later than Sela, later than Jing Yuan, later than Silverwolf, later than Jing Liu, later than Imbiber Lune, fucking later than 90% of the motherfuckers on this list, and he fell off faster. Bro, just literally he disappeared. Nobody, bro. Like
he does do pretty well in pure friction, right? I think he's pretty good in pure friction.
This dude, like, how you fall off? You wanted to early. You came out later, brother. You're supposed to still be shining. You know what I mean? The only reason I don't give him the #1 spot is because he is actually good in pure fiction. That's the only.
He is also good in apocalyptic shadows, guys. And there it is. All right, nah, I just wanted to show you guys it. All right, cool. Anyways, continue.
The reason I don't give it, he's not only good in pure fiction, he's meta in pure fiction. That's the only fucking reason he's not #1. If bro was like, first of all, if bro was like S1 in pure fiction, I would cry laughing. But thankfully he was T0.5, and I think recently they just put him to T0, right? I saw Box 2 playing MOC with Argenti, and that video was just golden. It really shows how mid Argenti is. Yeah, I think Argenti ultimately, here's what I will say. I'll give him a little bit of a caveat here. I think he's the least popular unit in the entirety of the game. So I think not any of the 5-head people are actually trying to figure his kit out.
I think the least popular is probably Jade. Do you guys, I feel like Jade is less popular than Argenti. Or maybe is it Argenti? Or is it, does anyone know who is the most, Jade is giga popular? No. Arlen? No, like a banner unit. Jade is a woman. Oh, you're absolutely fucking right. Yeah, Jade is a woman. She got a Gooners. Let me get the stats. All right, cool.
Out to the highest degree. So I think there might be a little bit of ignorance with regards to his true performance. Maybe, I don't know, maybe. And I also think his kit is very much an erudition like focused kit. It's a very erudition centric kit, right? So of course he was never supposed to be like meta. It's just a pure fiction guy. So I feel like his play rate is very fucking low, which kind of like compromises his real value. And his kit is, of course, it's erudition. But the thing is, people were gassing this dude like he was just going to be an MOC specialist too. Okay, now #1, I think this guy needs no intro. Bro's the only motherfucker who needs love, okay? I think he has been shafted more than any other character in the entirety of the fucking game. He is the one they have starved and starved. Bro is famished, okay? I had to use a fucking incredibly impressive word to define how much they have been shafting this fucking guy. Chat knows it, I know it, we all know it. The motherfucker whose fall off needs to be studied the absolute most, without a shadow of a doubt. The man, the myth, the masochist, Bladey boy. And you know what pains me about this, chat? You know what really pains me about Blade? It's my favorite character. I'm a Blade main.
Remember, guys, Gacha Smack's Honkai, his most sensational Honkai Starbucks videos back in the days was his dispute with Goba Certified. Right, the quad HP stat Blade, that was the start of everything, guys. That was what Smack kickstarted everything, you know. Like for me, I kickstarted with my Jingyuan video from CN, and then Tectone reacted to it, and then like, I popped up from there. For Gacha Smack, in my opinion, that was the Blade video. The little Blade kerfuffle with Guoba, right? My god.
I'm a Blade main, child. I'm a Blade main. I think I'm gonna cry.
What the fuck is he doing? What is he actually doing, chat?
When are we gonna get a dedicated Blade support?
I swear to God, if I see a fucking tear drip down his eyes, he wins.
Some HP buffs in this motherfucker.
He wins.
When are we gonna get some speed, some HP?
I'm just waiting for one of the tears to just drop down from his cheeks. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Whatever you say is absolutely correct.
He need more stacks triggered to do more follow-ups. Okay, bro, they need to make this motherfucker basic attack go 3 more times. Bro is hitting like a wet noodle, okay?
Have you tried the brand new latest technology Gacha Smack? Super Blade! Super...
This chat, say goodbye to YouTube. I thought this video was pretty enjoyable. I really enjoyed doing it with chat.
Absolutely.
It was only 25 minutes long and counting. You guys, again, don't forget to comment.
Alright, chat, want to guess how long is our video? As of this time, I'm just recording. 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 55 seconds.
Down below your top 10 people that fell off. We will be making another video, and this video will actually be called the top 10 people that aged like fine wine. I thoroughly look.
All right, guys, thank you so much for this video. Yeah, with that, we've come to the end of today's content. Leave it down in the comments below. Who do you think are the top 10 creators that fell off, or what of the days gonna be fell off? Join Twitch, join Discord, join YouTube, join Twitch, join Discord. Whatever. I don't know. I'll see you guys next time. Okay.